Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where the tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert of habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action, into the heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Farhat Umar and I bring you the fourth installment of Mastering Public Speaking. And this installment, I call it the secret sauce. Well, if you remember, Soniji and Sonuji finally reached the final step, the presentation part. They learned how to present it. They started with choosing to become a public speaker, went on to discussing and knowing the importance of public speaking, and they overcame the fear of public speaking. They brought in the changes that were to be brought within their own selves to become better speakers. They moved on to prepare the speech and also came to know about different lifestyle habits that needed to be inculcated to become a better speaker. Finally, they learned about the presentation part, what was essential in delivering the best talk. Even after knowing it, they still didn't reach the flight of prosperity. There was a reason. There was this black triangle that was holding their path. What is this black triangle? And will Soniji and Sonuji finally take the flight to prosperity or not? It has to be seen. And let's find out. This triangle, mysterious triangle that came in the way of Soniji and Sonuji, is actually called the secret sauce. What is the secret sauce? I'm going to let you know in a series of slides, but first let's talk about Dr. Iqbal, who wrote this beautiful couplet. अपने मन में डूब कर पाजा सुरागे जिंदगी, तू अगर मेरा नहीं बनता न बन, अपना तो बन. Delve into your soul and seek our life's buried tracks. Will you not be mine? Then do not be mine. At least be yours. So this gives us an idea that the secret sauce is not something external. The guys Sonuji and Soniji do not have to look for it outside. This is something within them. Here is a group of photos of famous public speakers. I've deliberately added my photo to kind of, be part of the pack, at least in the photos. Well, it has Sadhguru in it, amazing spiritualist, you know him, and a superb speaker. Then it has, one of the most prolific speakers that we have in India, Amitabh Bachchan. We have the sharp-witted Shah Rukh Khan, and then my guru Tony Robbins, a motivational trainer and a businessman. And then we have Oprah Winfrey, an amazing lady, at the same time one of the highest paid entertainers in America. We have Ellen DeGeneres, I hope you know her. And then we have this 2016 Toastmaster. There is a common thread that connects them all. Well, of course, they're all popular. At the same time, they're all rich, but that's not what I'm talking about. See, all of them are amazing public speakers, no doubt about it. But Sadhguru and Amitabh Bachchan, they do not speak the same way. And Shah Rukh Khan and Amitabh Bachchan, they have a very different style and diction. Tony Robbins is pretty different from Ellen DeGeneres. Oprah Winfrey is pretty different from Sadhguru. There is something that is uniquely different in all of them, but still they're all amazing public speakers. What is the common pattern here? It is individuality, ladies and gentlemen. So the secret sauce is finding one's own uniqueness and individuality. You're not ordinary, dear friends. You are the only of its kind event happened in the last 15 billion years. You are special and unique in your own ways, and there is never ever gonna be anyone like you. Even if they clone you, that will be a pretty different person. I mean, even two twins, despite of having the same genetic code, they basically can exhibit very different personalities. So you are unique and special. Why am I telling you all this? Because I want to connect it to that unique sauce thing, that secret sauce thing. Here I'm giving you a reference of Kung Fu Panda. Kung Fu Panda, that lazy panda who ultimately went on to become a grand master. So how did he do it? He did not do it by learning the techniques of Master Shifu, or copying the tigress, or copying any other animal. He did it by being himself. You know, if you tell a fish to climb up a tree, she will keep thinking for her whole life that she is a fool. Well, she is not a fool, otherwise she could swim. So you need to find your own genre, you need to find your own niche, you need to find your own secret sauce that will enable you to become better, that will enable you to have that edge over rest of the people. You see, I always say, why did Kapil Sharma make it that big? Because, you know, he knows his secret sauce. All these great men know what is so special about them. And ladies and gentlemen, remember, you were born original, so you don't have to die a copy of someone. Copy that? Yes. So the equation to remember here is, you know, despite of mastering public speaking, despite of mastering the fear of public speaking, and despite of mastering the structure of speech, or researching the content, or beautifying the structure, or, you know, mastering voice and body language, and mastering delivery of the public speech, you are still not adequately qualified to become the master of public speaker unless you don't find what's unique about you. So ladies and gentlemen, gear up to find, to love yourself, gear up to be in your own skin, gear up not to imitate others, gear up, you know, you must find, you must delve within your own selves, ladies and gentlemen. There are treasures hidden inside of you. Finally, the journey that Soniji and Sonuji took, they took them far away, they chose, they went into priming, they prepared, and then finally they presented, and ultimately they knew what their secret sauce is. And when they got to know what was special about them, they were ready to take the flight of prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, do you all want to take this flight of prosperity? Because if you do, then you must follow the same path. That is Soniji and Sonuji. We cannot see them because they are inside the plane, and they have took off to some country called the amazing land of possibilities. Let's gear up to travel in this flight of prosperity one day. Anyways, I'll end this session with a small story of a marine biologist. It's called story Shark and the Bait Story. There was a marine biologist. He carried out an experiment. He basically placed a shark in a large tank hole and released several small bait fishes into the tank. As expected, the shark quickly swam and attacked the smaller fishes and ate them up. The biologist then inserted a transparent glass into the tank and divided the tank into two components. He basically divided the tank into two components. Now we had shark in one end, and the other partition, it was free. So the marine biologist, he put the shark in one of the contents and one of the partitions, and then he set the bait fish into the other compartment. Shark quickly tried to attack again, but this time the shark hit into the glass divider and bounced off. Undeterred, shark kept repeating and repeating and repeating, but to no success. Meanwhile, the bait fishes swam around unharmed and they were happy and pleased because they were doing really good, and shark was getting hit again and again. The marine biologist then removed the glass divider. Once he removed the glass divider, he found out that the shark trained to believe that she somehow developed the belief that there was a barrier that existed between her and the bait fishes, and despite the screen being taken off, the bait fishes swam wherever they wanted to swim. What is the moral of the story? You see, like all these sharks in the story, many of us, after experiencing setbacks and failures, we emotionally give up. We don't want to try again. We feel that there is this barrier between us and success. But in reality, there is no such barrier. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are afraid of failures, you are never ever going to get anything. So please, take the initiative, take the step forward, and if you want to become public speakers, if you want to master public speaking, you must take action, because no teacher on earth, no motivational trainer on earth has any magic wand that can transform you into a public speaker without you working for it. With these words, I bid you goodbye, and it's a new beginning for Soniji and Sonuji. Let it be new beginning for a lot of Sonujis and Sonijis who get inspired by this video. Thank you so much for listening to me.